Hi there, and welcome to Ben's Voice Narrative. In this class, we want to look at an interesting topic in coordinating conjunctions. Our topic today is coordinating conjunctions. Coordinating conjunctions. Coordinating conjunctions. So, coordinating conjunction is our main focus for this class. But before we get into the full explanation of this topic, let's understand your objective for this class. First of all, we want to understand the meaning of conjunctions in general. We're also going to look at the functions of conjunctions. Also, we're going to be looking at the different types of conjunctions. Then finally, we'll understand what coordinating conjunctions are in terms of definition, and also we'll look at the seven examples the seven examples of coordinating conjunctions, as well as the functions and examples of each of the types or examples of coordinating conjunctions. So let's understand what conjunctions are in general. What are conjunctions, or what is a conjunction? Now, to understand the meaning of the word conjunction, we're going to do something. Give me a sec. Now, this is conjunction. To understand the meaning of this word, we're going to be canceling out, we're going to be obliterating the first syllable in the word. So the first syllable in the word conjunction is con. So let's cancel out con. Let's cancel it out. Let's delete con. So we're left with junction. Junction is what we're left with. So to understand conjunctions, we must understand what junctions are, or what a junction is. A junction, you'll agree with me, is a point that connects different locations. A point, a place, a location where other locations meet. For example, if I live at point B and you live at point A, and she lives at point C, and this other person lives at point D or point Z, the place where all of us meet, the place of compromise that we all meet, that we foregather, is known as a junction. Also think about a junction or a conjunction. Think about conjunction like an adhesive. An adhesive is super glue, a gum that joins different pieces together. Think about it like you have a mug or a jug in the house, and the jug gets broken. Now, you want to bring those pieces together, the broken pieces, you want to bring them together. You need the gum, an adhesive, that will put all of those things together. That linguistic element that puts all the parts, that bring all the linguistic elements together, is what we know as conjunction. Also, you might want to describe conjunctions like a bridge, a flyover, or let's say a bridge that connects different ends together, different places together, or two different locations together. That exactly is what conjunctions are in terms of description. So, what are conjunctions linguistically, or what is a conjunction? Now, a conjunction is a word that joins two or more words, that joins two or more phrases together, that joins clauses together in or within a sentence. Again, a conjunction is a word that combines, that links, that connects two or more words, phrases, and clauses together in or within a sentence. Can you go ahead and define conjunctions in the comment section? Thank you. Now, what are the functions of conjunctions? From the definition, you understand that conjunctions help to connect, they help to join, they coordinate, they show the relationship that exists between the writings that are joined together. Also, conjunctions help to perform other linguistic functions apart from connecting. They show relationship. They show sometimes they show reason for why actions are carried out. Reasons for why situations happen, which is cause and effect. But let's pin the function of conjunctions down to one thing, which is the function of connecting, of joining, of showing relationship between the things, the items that are put together. So that is that about the description and the definition of conjunctions. Conjunctions are words that join, that combine, that connect. Words, two or more words, phrases, clauses together or within a sentence. Okay, now we have three basic types of conjunctions. There are three basic types of conjunctions in English language. The first is what we call, of course, our topic for today, coordinating. Coordinating conjunction. That's the first one. The second is what we call subordinating conjunction. First, coordinating. The second, subordinating. And finally, number three, we have what is called correlative. Correlative conjunction. Correlative conjunction. Of course, our business for this class is not these two. We're going to be excluding these two in this class. Our focus is going to be on the coordinating conjunction. So, what is a coordinating conjunction? What are coordinating conjunctions? Now, a coordinating conjunction is a type of conjunction. Of course, what's a conjunction? A word that connects, that joins words, phrases, and clauses together in a sentence. So, a coordinating conjunction is a word, is a conjunction that connects words, comma, phrases, comma, and clauses that are of equal relevance, of equal importance. Words, phrases, clauses that have a 50-50 relationship in terms of importance, in terms of relevance. Now, you think about somebody who wants to lift two different loads, two different items. The first is 50. The second is also weighed 50. Now, that is the only situation wherein a coordinating conjunction comes to play. It connects two elements or two or more elements that are of equal importance. Two clauses that have the same weight or relevance, the same importance. Two words that have the same relevance. Two clauses, two phrases, two words that have the same relevance or the same or equal importance. That is what coordinating conjunctions do. Now think about coordinating conjunctions like that, or like that manager, like that one person in your office or at your office, that person who coordinates, who is concerned about how things run smoothly from one department or between departments. So that is what a coordinating conjunction is. It is that linguistic element that joins other linguistic elements that have equal relationship, equal importance, equal relevance. So that is that about the definition of coordinating conjunctions. They're words that join different linguistic elements such as words, phrases, clauses that have the same relevance, equal relevance. There's a point of equilibrium. That is where the coordinating conjunctions comes to play. Now, let's talk about the examples of coordinating conjunctions. There are 7 examples of coordinating conjunctions in the English language. And these 7 examples are pinned down by a mnemonic. Mnemonic. Mnemonic begins with M. The M is silent. Mnemonic. A mnemonic. Mnemonic. Now, a mnemonic is like an acronym or a piece of acronym or a piece of formula that is generated to help you easily understand some theories or principles. So it's just like you putting different, maybe sometimes you have people bring out the first letters that begin words together so that they can remember a very long list. So those are called mnemonics or mnemonics. Now, the mnemonics that gives the 7 examples of coordinating conjunctions the mnemonic is FANBOYS. FANBOYS. That's the mnemonic that helps us to understand the 7 examples of coordinating conjunctions. Remember, I said we have 7 of them, 7 examples of coordinating conjunctions. Now, the F stands for 4. 4 is the first example of coordinating conjunctions. Now, the A stands for and. The N stands for, guess what? Nor. The B, the bar, stands for but. The O stands for or. The Y stands for yet. And finally, the S, the rest stands for so. These are the 7 examples of coordinating conjunctions. So let's go to what each of these 7 examples of the coordinating conjunctions mean, and we also look at the examples. The first is 4. 4. What is the function of 4? 4 is a coordinating conjunction that helps us to understand the reason or the reasons for actions. Also, we use 4 for explanation. When you have 2 situations of equal relevance and you want to explain why this first situation is done, then you're going to use 4 to connect this and the other. For example, remember I said 4 is a type or an example of coordinating conjunction that helps us to understand explanation, that helps to offer explanation or that gives reason for why 2 actions happen or why one happened as a result of the other. Okay, now let's have this example. I've been reading, comma, for I have to pass. I've been reading for I have to pass. I have been reading, comma. Why have I been reading? Because, which is for I have to pass. For I have to pass my examination. So this 4 is an example of a coordinating conjunction. Now look at it. I have been reading. That is a complete clause. I have to pass, also a complete clause, an independent clause. Now, these 2 clauses have equal relevance. Okay, and this helps us to connect them together, helps us to bring them together. The point of convergence, the bridge, the point, the fulcrum that brings these 2 together is 4. Now, what is the function of this 4 in this example? The function is that it helps us it gives reason for why this person has been reading. So this individual, I, or you say Ben, or you say Ryan, or you say Goslin, or you say Ali, has been reading. She has been reading for she has to pass. So this 4 gives us why by introducing this, giving us reason why this person has been reading. Okay, I need to eat now for I am hungry. I need to eat now for I am hungry. So that is that about 4. Now let's come to the and. And is the heartbeat of the coordinating conjunction. So what is the function of and? And helps us to show addition. It brings about addition. It adds point A to point B. It adds. And it shows inclusion. Inclusion. It shows inclusion. It shows that this point is part of this point. It shows that this point is included in this point. It shows that these 2 are together. So that is what and is used for as a coordinating conjunction. So when you want to talk about 2 things, and the second item is an addition to the first, you use and. Unlike 4. Now, this second part of the sentence, this clause, is not an addition to this. It is an explanation for this. I have been reading for I have to pass. So this is explaining why I've been reading so that I can pass. Now, in the case of and, it is different. It is just to show addition. You're marrying two things together. You're combining them. It's like you're saying husband and wife. So this shows addition, and it shows, and beyond addition, it shows inclusion. Inclusion. So let's look at this. Let's look at an example. I like, or let's stop using I. The boy, the little boy, the boy likes apples and bananas. Bananas. The boy likes apples. Now, what else does this boy like? What else does he like? He likes bananas. So this and brings these two together. So another example, I want to go to Jalan. I want to go to Jalan and return today. I want to go to Jalan. I want to go to Jalan and return today. Now, this and is helping us to add this information to this information. And it is talking about time. I'm going to return today. Now, I want to go to Jalan. And what else? And return today. So this is an additional information to this one. Okay. I'm with you and I'm with her. So it means I am with you and I'm with her. Now look at this. There is what is called ellipses in this place. Ellipses. What this means is the full sentence will be, I want to go to Jalan and I will return today. And I want to return today. So, but we've swallowed the I want to. Okay. So that is that about and as an example of coordinating conjunctions. Remember, and is just to show coordination. It is used to show connection. It's just to show addition. That's the primary function of and. It shows addition or inclusion. Okay, so let's go to the N, which is nor. Nor. Now, the first letter in nor is N. So we can take that to be negative. N stands for negative. So nor is a coordinating conjunction that helps us to connect two negative alternatives. Two or more negative alternatives. What are alternatives? Choice. So when you have negative situation that there are alternatives, you use nor to connect such negative situations for expression. She does not like apples. She does not like apples, comma, nor does she like bananas. She does not like apples, nor does she like bananas. Now, if you look at nor in this place, nor, it means she doesn't like apples. She does not like bananas. Now, this nor is talking about two negative situations. Okay. Two negative situations. Here she does not, and here she does not like bananas. So that is what the N, the nor, is used for. It is used to connect negative alternatives. So another example is Gazlan does not want this bag, nor that. So she doesn't want this bag, nor and neither does she want that bag. So this word nor, this conjunction nor, has connected these two negative alternatives together. This bag, that bag. She doesn't want any of the two. So let's come to but. But is a coordinating conjunction that does two things. The first is that it shows contrast And at another time, it shows exception. Exception and contrast. You know what contrast is? Opposing situation. Situations that oppose the other. Two situations that oppose the other. Now, an example would be, I want apples, but I don't, but I don't want, bananas. I want apples, comma, but I don't want bananas. Now, this is what I want. I don't want this. The only conjunction that helps us achieve that is but. The only coordinating conjunction in this case, of course, we're still coming to yet. But is a conjunction, a coordinating conjunction that helps us to achieve contrast. A against B. This is A and B. They're never together. So, but has been used to achieve contrast. Contrast. I want this. I don't want this. We could only have achieved that with the use of but. So let's look at another example using but. You can have every fruit in this garden, every fruit, but this one. You can have every fruit, but this one. Look at but. But has been used to achieve the function of exception. You can have every fruit except this one, except this one. So, but in this place, hasn't just helped us to achieve contrast alone, but to achieve primarily exception. You can have every fruit, but this one, except this one. So we've looked at for, just to achieve explanation or to offer explanation or to give reason, and to connect, to show addition or inclusion. We've looked at nor, which is used to do what? To weigh two negative situations, to connect two negative alternatives. Now, but now, which is used to show contrast or exception. Now we go to the next, or, and or stands like nor. While this is negative, this is positive. Or is a coordinating conjunction that helps us to weigh two positive alternatives. In other words, it is used to connect, to link together two or more positive alternatives. You can have breakfast now, or later. You're going to have breakfast now or later. Now, the first element here is you're going to have breakfast now. A complete sentence, a complete clause on its own. You can have breakfast now. Now, later in this case is also, of course, this is an adverb. It sounds like an adverb. Good. It is an adverb of time. But the truth is, in context, this is a replica of this. There is ellipsis in this case. There's ellipsis here. Ellipsis was swallowed several linguistic elements to avoid repetition. Now, here is it. You can have breakfast now, or you can have breakfast later. That's the full sentence. Now, this is equal to this place. Now, or is used to achieve alternative, a choice. So you have two choices or two pieces of choice before you. You can have breakfast now. If you like, you may choose to have breakfast now, or you may choose to defer it to a later time. So that is what or is used to achieve. Or is a conjunction that helps you to connect, to link together two positive situations, two positive expressions, two positive phrases, clauses, or words. Okay, another example is, you can be my friend, or my enemy, if you want. If you want. If you want. You can be my friend or my enemy if you want. What this means is you can either be my friend or be my enemy. The choice is yours. So we have two alternatives of you being my friend or being my enemy. The choice is all yours. You can be my friend or my enemy. This all is a coordinated conjunction that helps you to achieve, that helps you to connect two elements, right? Two positive elements. No negativity here, no negativity here. It's all about positivity. You can either be or you can either be this or be that. So let's go penultimately to yet. Let's go to why. Yet perform this almost the same function as but. So yet and but have a similar function. But primarily, yet is just to show contrast. It's just to show contrast. And at another time, it is just to show surprise. Surprise. So that is what. These are the two primary functions of yet. To show contrast and to show surprise. Let's have examples. She read, okay, let's say she read well for the exams, or let's say for the test, comma, yet she failed. She read well for the test. Now, when somebody reads well for a test, you expect them to pass. But in this case, as we introduce yet, it means that the person failed. Every time you're going to have yet as a coordinated conjunction, note that the function is that it helps us to bring two or more ideas together that are of contrasting opinions. So when you use yet to connect two different linguistic elements together, know that those two linguistic elements are opposite in function and in structure. She read well for the test, comma, yet she failed. Yet she failed. In contrast, she failed. Let me use she. Barcelona scored early. Barcelona scored 5 goals in the match, comma, yet they lost the game. Barcelona scored 5 goals in the match, yet they lost the game. Now imagine scoring 5 goals in a match, but still lose it. Now look at yet here has been used to join. They lost the game to Barcelona scored 5 goals in the match. Two linguistic elements being joined together, in this case, with the use of yet. Yet here is used to show contrast. That the situation here is not the same here. Let's have one more example to show that yet helps to achieve the function of surprise. Yanni did it yet again. This is exclamation. Yanni did it yet again. And he scored yet again. And he scored yet again. You can see, now the person scored before, you're surprised that he scored again, and he scored yet again. Most of the time, you have these sort of expressions in football commentaries. Usually, when you're surprised that an action is taking place or that an action took place, and he scored yet again. They should end with exclamation because it shows surprise. Okay, it shows interjection. So that is that about So finally, let's go to so. So, as a type of coordinated conjunction, is just to show cause and effect. cause and effect. Now, what does cause and effect mean? We use cause and effect as a function for so when an action leads to consequence or to consequences. Now, let's have an example to explain what cause and effect means. Remember, cause and effect simply means an action leading to another, an action giving birth to another. Okay. I was hungry, comma, so I had to eat. I was hungry, so I had to eat. I was hungry, comma, so I had to eat. Now, because I was hungry, I had to eat. Now, the action of hunger, the state of hunger led me to going for some food. She was hungry, so she grabbed some snack. She was hungry, so she grabbed some snack. Now, look at cause and effect. Hunger, eating of snack. So this action here derives from this. This happened because this happened. So she was hungry, so she grabbed some snack. Another example would be it was sunny. It was sunny, comma. So the kids ran. Okay, so the kids couldn't play outside. Full stop. Now it was raining. The kids couldn't play outside. These are two recall sentences, right? It was raining. The kids couldn't play outside. Now, the best way to join them, the two sentences together, or the two clauses together, will be so. It will be to use so. Now, because so, with the help of this so, we know that this action here is a result of what happened here. Because it was sunny, because it was rainy, the kids couldn't play outside, they ran inside. So, with that, we've come to the end of this topic, coordinated conjunctions. Understand that coordinated conjunctions are conjunctions or words that join words, phrases, or clauses together in a piece of sentence. And then we said that we have a mnemonic. A mnemonic, okay, the spelling begins with M, the M is silent. Mnemonic, that helps us to understand the seven examples of coordinated conjunctions so easily. The mnemonic is FANBOYS. The F stands for, the A for and, the B, the nor, the N for nor, the B for but, the O for or, the Y for yet, and the S for so. If you have any question regarding this concept, kindly do what to drop that in the comment section. I'll be delighted to help attend to whatever queries that you have. Thanks for staying to the end of the class. Bye for now.